My drawing process for clear atmospheric illustrations, I'll record a tutorial video to share with you all. I'll try to use words like firstly, secondly, and finally more often during this presentation to express the logic, hoping it makes it easier for you to understand my artwork, and I also hope this short video can be helpful to everyone. So, first, this video is divided into 4 main parts. First, how to choose references. Second, how to lay down colors. Third, the order of shaping. And fourth, how to create space and visual focus. Alright, first, we'll start by picking out some references. This piece I'm working on is going to be a bust. So when I was looking for references, my main focus was on the angle that the head and shoulders create in space. Compared to just standing straight and stiff, the more interesting this angle is, the more lively and dynamic the pose will appear. So that's why I ended up choosing this particular photo, and I can enhance the feeling this photo gives us during the sculpting process. And then we're going to analyze this photograph. I find the volume of this hair piled on the shoulders to be quite beautiful. Creating this volume also offers many advantages. For example, first, its position is right in the center of the frame, and in terms of volume, it's closest to the camera. Second, it resting on the shoulders can imply a shrugging posture. Moreover, it covers a portion of the jaw. This slight obstruction can imply the front-back spatial relationship within the image, making the entire picture more realistic and vivid. Alright, that's the first part. Now for the second part, how to apply and analyze colors. This is something I've only just figured out, and I'm really eager to share with you all. When you're drawing this color cube, it's essential to draw a cube. Never ever draw a sphere, because the cube's 3 distinct turning planes are very clear. These 3 planes correspond to the illuminated surface, the skylit surface, and the shadow surface. This allows you to divide a single color into 3 parts to enrich the overall palette. Let's take a red cube as an example. The first side, the light facing side, its orange is more yellowish orange. The second side, the skylit side, the red is bluer, and its saturation drops. The third side, the shadow side, has the richest red. It includes the highly saturated dark tones near the light-shadow boundary, the highly saturated bright tones after light transmission, and the reflected light from the bottom surface, which is a low saturation, greenish color. And that's how we analyze all these different shades of red. Then, when we reach the coloring stage, we simply place this cube on the side, pick out the colors from it, and apply them to the corresponding character. There's absolutely no need to select colors, you just need to clearly analyze which side of the character is facing up, which side is in shadow, and which side is illuminated. After that, we'll take the line art we just made, fill in the colors, and then we can immediately begin shaping. While shaping, you can also keep this cube right here to remind yourself, but you can be much more free with your color choices, no need to completely adhere to it. So that concludes the second part on how we lay down our base colors. Now, let's move on to the third part, the sequence for sculpting. If it were the old me, I might have just started detailing the face, but given the current atmosphere, I want to focus more on the hierarchy of volumes. So what's closest to us is this tuft of hair on her shoulder. We can start sculpting from this tuft of hair, mainly to emphasize its sense of volume. After this tuft, there's the hair on top of the head, which is the second visual center. Then there's the hair at the back of the head, and the hair that falls down, which is the third visual center. Then modeling accuracy and sense of volume are progressively weakening. Then we'll apply the other base colors into the picture, based on our previous analysis. We analyze this by combining the yellow sunlight, the blue skylight, and the green background. So, after our analysis, you'll discover that the red sensation is already quite strong. However, we still haven't utilized colors with their saturation pushed to the maximum. This allowed us to achieve a more realistic and rich color relationship. Now, for the final step, creating a sense of space and visual focus. The very first step we need to take is lighting. Lighting serves 2 main purposes. Firstly, up until now, we've only considered volume and color relationships, but not yet value. Although in images where color atmosphere is dominant, value cannot be the main focus. It can be treated as an additional element. By painting small areas of high-value highlights and shadows, we can create the strongest value contrast. This part can then emphasize the visual center. Second, it's used to differentiate hierarchies. This painting has 3 main blocks: the closest hair, the middle character, and the background. Emphasizing the top surface of each block is the most intuitive way to distinguish spatial levels. Once the lighting is complete and brightness, volume, and hierarchy are stable, we can begin creating the final atmosphere. This step is quite subjective, so just handle it as you prefer. First, I added a layer of dappled leaf shadows. Then, based on these, I drew the shoulders and hair against the cheeks, along with the cat's reflections. Finally, I added some atmospheric perspective at the bottom to complement the red hair's color influence on the surroundings. Lastly, I emphasized the visual focal point, just controlling the intensity. So, that's everything I wanted to share. This drawing is now finished. I really tried my best with the voiceover. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Even if just one sentence was helpful to you, then this video was truly meaningful. So, I wish you happiness in progressing your drawing. I hope to see you again next time.